Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about Control Resonant. This game was first revealed at the Game Awards just a few months ago. Now we finally got some more details about it. We got a gameplay video and all at the State of Play just a couple days ago. As of right now, we still don't have an official release date. We do know it's coming out this year. I would say, if I were to guess, August would be the month that this game is coming out. The first game also came out in August. But look man, the first Control came out back in 2019. The protagonist was Jesse Faden. I still feel like this game was very underrated. You know, this is by Remedy, the same people who made Alan Wake, the same people who made Max Payne, Quantum Break back in 2016. They are known for their very trippy games, and Control is trippy. It seems like Control Resonant is going to be even trippier, which is crazy to say. So this time we won't be following Jesse Faden. Instead, we're going to be following her brother Dylan. Pretty much the objective of the first game was to find Dylan as Jesse. We did that. Now it seems we have to do the complete opposite. Find Jesse as Dylan. From what we saw at the Game Awards, we could tell that this game was very different compared to the first game, that it was not going to be a safe sequel whatsoever. They even stated that. And once seeing this gameplay, yeah, they were telling the truth. They kept saying that this game is not going to be a safe sequel. Instead of being ranged combat focus, it's going to be melee combat focus. I'd assume there'll be a little bit of ranged combat here and there, but for the most part it is melee focused. And it's said that this type of combat specifically is very hard to nail, and it seems they did it. Instead of having the control issued pistol, it'll be the aberrant, which is Dylan's weapon. It's going to be like a changing weapon that can turn into many different things. Seems like it could be like dual swords, a big hammer, a scythe. So Control Resonant will be taking place in Manhattan. The first game also took place in New York, but you were in the FBC building the entire time. You never stepped out of the building. So this time around is going to be a lot more open world, except the game isn't like a fully open world game. They even state that in this deep dive on PlayStation's website. They say it's built around a large, distinct, and expansive zone filled with side activities, hidden encounters, and optional discoveries. And they say a strong central narrative guides you through the world while you still have room to explore and uncover what's been left behind in the chaos. In this gameplay video specifically, it says that Dylan is in the West Incursion Zone, and he's searching for what they call a resident, which are like these boss enemies, mini boss enemies that you're going to be able to fight. And then at the end of this gameplay video, we have a little sneak peek of Dylan fighting it. What's really cool about this world that they have, that they built, Manhattan here, it's constantly shifting. So you'll have buildings sideways and upside down. And what's cool is that Dylan will get this ability where he can just kind of walk upright on buildings that are sideways or upside down. You see that in the gameplay here. They use the West Incursion Zone as an example. They say it's a good example of this approach gradually becoming more distorted as architecture folds in on itself and gravity behaves unpredictably. So yeah, this is a cool gameplay aspect that they added. Really cool. Like nothing like this was in the first game. I guess the only things that really came close to this are Jesse having telekinesis and being able to levitate, which will also be in the game. Good to know. I'm curious to know if Jesse's abilities will be in this game as well, if he'll have similar abilities to her, or if it'll be more like being able to shift through, you know, this shifting world, being able to kind of quickly dodge enemy attacks, and if more of the focus will be on this melee combat instead of being able to pull objects and use them to your advantage. Because if you really think about it, man, Jessie was really overpowered, man. She could fly, telekinesis, create shields with anything around her. She could launch objects at enemies, man. It was crazy. So maybe this take they're doing with Dylan will be pretty different. I don't know. It seems that's the way. And then they also mentioned in the video, we hear a woman's voice. Her name is Zoe Davera. She's an FBC field agent, and apparently she has a major role with Dylan, and I guess their relationship is pretty significant in the story. I'm very happy to know that Dylan will not be completely alone throughout this journey, because man, this is crazy. Like, it seems like all of Manhattan is just taken over by the hiss. And apparently she also kind of offers some guidance on, you know, who he is, who he's becoming, and also some information on how this all happened. One thing in his blog that I guess gets me kind of excited is that this West Incursion Zone is just something small compared to a much larger thing that's going on in this game. Like, you watch this video, you watch the trailers, and you're just kind of tripped out. You know, the word trippy is used a lot when describing this game. And then you realize, wait, man, we're just barely scratching the surface here. There is so much trippier stuff that's coming. So look, man, I am so excited for this. We've known Control 2, now known as Control Resonant, has been in development for a while. We knew it was coming, but honestly, when it was first revealed at the Game Awards not too long ago, I didn't really think it would be out this soon. I thought maybe it would have been revealed this year, coming out next year, but I mean, Remedy does work really quick, and I mean, props to them, and props to them for you know, making a not safe, you know, sequel. It could have been so much of a simpler task, just taking Jessie again and trying to do something with her. But no, they decided, hey, we want to switch it up completely. You know, honestly, I could see them going with Jessie and Dylan in Control 3 or whatever it's called, just because they want to challenge themselves. That's what it seems. If you haven't played Control, I highly suggest it. It's a very trippy game, but it's a very cool and fun game. You might not completely understand everything that's going on, but again, it's a very fun game. I suggest you play it. And apparently Control outsold like every other series that Remedy has put out. I believe it's just been revealed recently that Control has sold over 5 million copies and attracted 20 million players, meaning that, well, yeah, it's sold 5 million copies, but the game has been on, you know, PS Plus and probably Xbox Game Pass as well. I believe Alan Wake 2 has sold over 2 million copies as of 2026. So if you make the comparison, yeah, Control is just selling overall better than Alan Wake. Control has had more time to get more sales, but still, if you do the math, I mean, you know, I'm terrible at math, but if you do the math, I'm pretty sure it still equates to Control selling better. Oh, and another detail that kind of backs up Control selling well is that it sold 1 million copies alone in 2025. That's crazy. The game came out in 2019, so it's selling 1 million copies in 2025. That's saying something. So yeah, I'm really excited for this game. Let me know what y'all think. Again, if you haven't played Control, go ahead and play it. But this next game is seeming like it's gonna be just bigger and better. I mean, who knows, right? You never know until the game actually comes out who as a character you'll like better. Jessie Faden, she has a big fan base. I think she's a very cool, very underrated character with an overall just underrated game. Another thing I should mention, I do believe Jessie's gonna be returning in this game. Like, I don't think she's barely gonna be in this game. They did bring out Courtney Hope. She was at the Game Awards. She voiced over the very first trailer for Control Resonant. She's also the protagonist of the first game and Dylan's brother. Again, the whole thing revolves around Dylan going to find her, and it was vice versa for the first game. Even if she doesn't have like a crazy amount of time in the game, and you know, even she's not a playable character in the game, which I feel like won't be the case, but I wouldn't put it out the question with the crazy things they're doing. I do believe she's going to be in the game. She's going to have a relatively significant part in the game, but that's just me. But yeah, as always, if you enjoyed the video, like it up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.